Your parents may have paid tens of thousands for the lawyer that let you get away with raping me, but they can't protect you from this because you know what you are and you have to live with yourself. I won't be saying your name here, but that doesn't mean I won't be saying your name at all.
One of the painful parts of getting raped is seeing the person that raped you walking freely. Even after reporting, after court case, it's so painful when you see the person that raped you walking freely, because the fear of him doing it for someone else. This lady shared her story. She got raped by a date and he gave her HIV. Let me read the full video for you all to watch, and I'll be back to share my thoughts at the end of the video.
Hi Guernsey. In October of 2023, I was raped in my home by a man that I went on a date with. He was charged with my rape in January and found not guilty for my rape on the 13th of September 2024. During the trial, his lawyer, advocate Claire T, accused me of being a man-hating feminist. She said I had made up the allegations to further my own agenda. That was his defence. Another special mention from Advocate T's questionable career include a comment about sexual assault being less serious if it happens in a busy nightclub in plain sight. Legally, I cannot name this man publicly. I've been advised this would be defamation since he's been found not guilty, so be aware that everything I say here is being worded in a way that protects me. What I can do is share the text he sent me after the rape. In it, he says that he takes full responsibility for the assault. He says he wishes it had never happened. But it did happen, didn't it? You knew it happened, and I know it happened. You know you raped me. You knew the night you did it. You knew in the 3 months it took me to find out if you'd given me HIV. You knew when I was being vaccinated for hepatitis B. You knew while I asked my dad to walk me to my car, because you knew where I lived. You knew when you pled not guilty. You knew when I broke down on the stand, talking about what you did to me. You knew when the verdict was read. You know what you are, and you know what you did. Your parents may have paid tens of thousands for the lawyer that let you get away with raping me, but they can't protect you from this because you know what you are and you have to live with yourself. I won't be saying your name here, but that doesn't mean I won't be saying your name at all. You should know that every person you speak to might know what you did. Every person that stays at the place you work might have heard about you, and they might recognise you. It's a very, very small island, and word gets around. I've tried to film this a couple of times and I just keep crying, but I just wanted to say thank you for everyone that's commented on the last video, and I just wanted to say that I appreciate you, and all the comments where you say that you believe me, like really, it really hits, and I really hear it, and it makes this slightly more bearable. We truly do live in the bad place, I fear. I really did think that he had buried himself, and I did everything that you're supposed to do, or that they tell you that you're supposed to do. I phoned the police straight away, I got the forensic exam, I did the video interview the day after it happened. Nothing I said ever changed. Nothing I said ever changed. And he sent me the text apologising, and still not guilty. 5 jurats said not guilty, 3 said guilty. It just doesn't make sense to me, which is annoying because I think this is one of those things that might make sense if I could get any answers about why the jurats voted the way they did. You know, was it something that I said? Was it something that he said? Was it something lacking in the evidence? What was the reason? And I understand that I'm biased and I know what happened. I know he's guilty, so it's easy for me to say, well, it's obvious that he's guilty. But you've seen the text from him apologising. You've seen him say, I take responsibility, I wish it had never happened. And how, along with all of the other evidence and the fact that I phoned the police straight away and the forensic exam and everything, how 5 of the jurats could decide that there wasn't enough evidence to prove him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, I don't know. I don't know, and I'll never know. I'll never get to find out, because that's not something that they tell you. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate you guys, and I'm not going to shut up about it. I'm going to be really loud and furious, because I am furious. I'm also like heartbroken, and need time just to heal, or try to heal, and I'll do that in any way that I can, to be honest, because this feels awful. And I just need this feeling. It's so uncomfortable. It's like it's physical, like I can feel it physically, like this pain, and I really need it to stop. So I'm just going to be healing for, I think, probably quite a long time. Thank you for listening, and thank you for believing me, and thank you for being angry with me and sad with me, and thank you. It means a lot. This comment really hit, and I wanted to talk about it because I realised that there are a lot more people than I expected have seen that initial video, which is a little bit terrifying and also overwhelming, but in some ways it's overwhelming in a good way, because everyone has just been offering support and been lovely. But I really wanted to highlight this because I feel it so deeply on a personal level. And when I got raped, it wasn't just the rape. And when I think back now, and when I have nightmares, and when I deal with flashbacks, it's not just the rape that is included in that. It's the memories of the forensic exam that came after. It's one that I really can't get out of my head. Is sitting in the room the night that it happened, sitting in the room where you go for the forensic exam, and they swabbed his spit off my face. And that, I can't get that out of my head. And this comment is just so right. It's not just the act of rape. It's what comes after the 3 months I spent waiting to find out whether or not he'd given me HIV. I was very thankfully negative, but those 3 months, so much anxiety. So much anxiety. It's not just the rape. It's what comes after. It's the lead up to the trial. It's the hour and a half I spent being cross-examined on the stand. The hour and a half I stood up under his lawyer saying things like, well, you keep a stash of condoms upstairs, don't you, Daisy? Inferring that I'm a whore, telling me that I'm a man-hating feminist, and that's why I've made up the allegations to further my agenda. Insane. Genuinely insane defense. And I understand, like, I get it. I get that there is this burden of proof that has to be met, and I understand that it is beyond a reasonable doubt. So if the jurats are even 90% sure that he did it, 95% sure that he did it, but they're not 100% sure, they cannot vote guilty. And 3 of those jurats heard what I said on the stand, and they watched me cry, and they watched me cry, and they heard what I said, and they said, this man is guilty, because they knew, they could see what he had done. But for whatever reason, 5 of those jurats, they could not say the same thing. There was some grain of reasonable doubt in something, in the evidence, in something I said, in something he said, I don't know. But there was some reasonable doubt there. I know that they're wrong. I know that they're wrong because it happened to me. And I understand that that's what they have to do, but I cannot understand with the text message. That is what doesn't make sense to me. I cannot understand how you could believe the defense that he was just checking in on me. He says, I wish it never happened. I wish it never happened. I do not understand the defense to the text whatsoever, and I do not understand how that text didn't fucking bury him like it should have. Sorry, I've gone on a bit of a tangent. This comment is important. It's not just the rape, it's everything that comes after it, including what I'm going through now. It is the most horrific crime that there is, and it is the crime that most often goes unpunished.
To be honest, videos like this, I always don't know what to say. I always don't know what to say. It's so painful. Just imagine. There is always no enough evidence. Is out of the grape stories, when people come out to share their story, because I always bring these stories because it's difficult for people to come out and share their stories before. Nowadays, people are coming out to share their stories, and it's also giving other people that confidence to come and talk about it. So it's encouraging, right? Because sometimes when you don't talk about something that hurts you, it keeps hurting you deep down. But when you talk about it and you find a lot of community, a lot of people that experience the same thing with you and also get you, believe you, there's a sort of relief. I'm not saying you forget what happened or no, you feel way better than if you kept it by yourself or you shared it with someone that doesn't believe you, because it is not all grape story that people believe. In fact, the fact that you come out to tell people that you're grape, the very first time you come out and tell some people that you're grape, we've heard grape story of people coming out to say they were grapes, and when they told certain people, maybe their mom, or they kind of hide it, or they don't believe them, or they blame them and say, oh, you were the one wearing sort of dressing to entice this person. In fact, they will blame you that why did you invite a stranger to your house and all of that. So all these things make women not to come out to even talk about it and just let it go. And I feel like most of the time when these people come out and there's court case and all of that, there is always not enough evidence. There is always not enough evidence for them to hold the guy. And I wonder, is the HIV not enough evidence? Or they say it was consent, like you allowed him to your house, he was your friend, or you guys went out to drink. It is not. And it's very painful knowing that this set of people come out to still live freely. And the audacity for him to send text message and be like, I know what I did was wrong, I'm sorry, is like a slap. Like, whatever you did, I'm still out. Like, the audacity is way high. So now, not just getting great, but also getting infected with HIV. This is painful. This is a very sad story. And as I said earlier, I always do not know what to say regarding stories like this. But anyways, thank you all so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please share your thoughts down in the comment section respectfully. And yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.